What's up, YouTube? It's Rochelle Tannen. It's May 15th, 2022. Hope everyone's doing well. It's about 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to jump on to do a video about the mass shooting that just happened up in Buffalo. My condolences to the family of the 10 victims and the 3 that are wounded. Please, quick recovery. Let's send our prayers to these people. I watched a lot of videos regarding this, so I could have some information before I open my mouth about it. This young man was 18, and let me start here. I don't like how the mainstream media is calling this young man a kid. Let's start there, because he's not a kid. He can enroll in the military. That makes him an adult. He may be a young adult, but he's an adult no less. I've seen news stories across this country with 15-year-old black boys committing crimes, murders and things, 14, 13, and I read it in the comments, and then with these news commentaries, that's always, they're being charged as adults. They're being charged as adults. They don't use the term kid with a lot of those cases, even though these are kids. If an 18-year-old's a kid, these little boys are kids. We'll start there. The YouTuber of mine said it just seems like with Dylan Roof down in South Carolina, he gets to walk away. We had a couple other mass shootings in the last several years. These white young shooters just get to walk away and get their day in court. And it doesn't seem fair, considering what I just said. You could get your head blown off if you're a black man that steals a Snickers. Then I'm going to flip it to the hood for a minute. One of the reasons I started this channel, or continue to build it, I should say, is because a lot of people tell me they like my perspective on things, and I should. So my question is to the hood is this: you Negroes can kill each other over a bowling ball, a Facebook post. Someone looks at you wrong. This is the men and the women. The women a little less, because y'all just like to fight. If someone looks at you wrong, if someone doesn't quote unquote respect you, you'll kill them, and they're black. A lot of times over simple disagreements. This white boy can walk into your neighborhood where your grandparents shop, where your baby's mothers live, where your babies live, kill 10 people, and you mean to tell me no one in that crowd had a gun? In the last 6 months here in Philadelphia, not even the entire year, because the last 6 months has been hot, we've had shootings where people are getting shot at, and the people that are getting shot at in turn take their guns out and shoot back at the shooters. I'm looking at that crowd, and you're not going to convince me there wasn't one person out there with a gun. You didn't feel the need to protect your hood before the cops got there. None of you niggas felt the need to pull. That's the time you should pull out your heat, when outsiders are coming into your neighborhood. Y'all are quick to kill each other. I don't get it. Hell, there's times when we gotta watch each other more so than we watch white people, and it shouldn't be that way. When I'm in the hood, I'm in North Philly right now, and I know what's supposed to be in place in the hood and what's not. And the problem with a lot of black people that have been in these neighborhoods for generations now, you guys are too quick to be inviting to outsiders without questioning their reason to be in the hood. Because they're never in the hood any other time. So why are they there then? I started to watch a report with this big black guy talking about how he saw the guy the day before. He had on a Genius shirt. I couldn't even finish the damn interview. Because you're sitting here chumming it up with this guy that has a Genius shirt on, and you get into about critical race theory and all this other crap, and gonna call this white boy a genius at 18. 18, and this is an older black guy with gray in his beard. Now, while you're calling this young white boy a genius, he just shot up your neighborhood's grocery store, and I assure you, he's not a genius. There's very few of those these days. And just because you're white, you're not right, and you're not smarter than everybody the fuck else. See, that's the problem with a lot of black people too. Y'all give these white people a lot more credit of being smarter than what they really are. White people that are smart and whatnot, usually they have to do like everybody else, study. And at 18, and a lot of 18-year-olds today, most of them aren't geniuses. As my YouTube subscriber said, a lot of these young people, they're on the web too much. And we're in a time where there's too much information out here. And a lot of dangerous information out here. This man only 18 years old and talking about the declining population of white people. He didn't come up with that on his own. He heard older white people say this online more than likely. I wouldn't fancy that a genius. Critical race theory and all this garbage. To me, all of that mess is pointless in our schools, white or black. All that mess is pointless. I'm old. I believe in reading, writing, arithmetic should be taught in school. Social studies, home economics, physical education over critical race theory and all this other stuff. So I highly doubt he was a genius. And I'm willing to guess that this young man's parents let him be online way too much. Like a lot of our young people are online way too much. Too much information. But I'm sitting here doing this video and I'm really thinking, how is it that none of those black people in that neighborhood busted a shot? Not one. Not one. Now again, Young Thug's baby's mother got shot down there in Atlanta over a freaking bowling ball. You guys here in Philadelphia are shooting each other over Facebook posts, and you mean to tell me this man can come into your neighborhood, shoot up your neighbors, your loved ones, and nothing? I don't understand that. And as far as the cops are concerned, I'm quite sure that young man put them weapons down and shit because y'all outnumbered them. But it would be nice to see some of these mass shooters not make it to trial. But since he is, I'm gonna follow this story because I have a feeling more and more of this type of shit is gonna be happening. I have a sister that's 18 years younger than me, and we were talking a few years ago about the BLM protest and she's a part of that and all that. And I told her, you make sure you be careful and you make sure you're willing to die for your beliefs. See, a lot of you younger black ones that were fashionable in all these protests, understand something. Be ready to die for your beliefs because there's people out there like Dylan that are ready to die for theirs. They're ready to die for theirs. Now, one of my subscriptions was talking about black conservatives and all that. I look at it like this. It seems like I look at it like Malcolm X does at this point in time. Doesn't seem like it doesn't matter what party we're in. It matters not. We're black first. Because this was happening under black men getting killed by police under Obama, Trump, and Biden. Or black men getting killed by not even police. Like your George Zimmerman. He wasn't even a cop. And it seems like it doesn't matter who the president is. It just seems like it's open season. And as a group of people, African Americans, I prefer black or Negro, but African Americans, we're already killing each other and whatnot. We can't allow other people to come in. We can't keep allowing people to come in and kill us in our communities like this and not fight back. And we can't keep affording. And this has nothing to do with this particular shooting, but it's just as important. We can't afford to let outsiders come in with our commerce or just come in and shoot up stores. I looked at that footage. I know at least one of them Negroes had a gun. Big guns, too. So what y'all saying? Y'all too scared to shoot at some little white kid, but you'll go shoot at someone you grew up with? I'll never understand that. Someone's going to have to make me understand that. Now this young man, the boy as they call them in the news, and I'm using the word kid in the grand scheme of life, but again, he's a man. I'm not one of these that call 21 and 18-year-olds non-adults because they are. They're young adults, but they're adults no less. He can come in, shoot at your granny, and not one of you Negroes busted a shot. And got another Negro talking about this person's a genius. If he was such a genius, he would have came up for his own reason to hate. Not no damn manifesto from something probably read online. Because 18 years, how do you know the population is decreasing? You haven't even married. You're not even legal enough to drink. But you know the white population is decreasing to the point you need to kill. It's just, we're in some crazy times. And I sit back and wonder where these young people are getting these guns and this tactical gear. I mean, I'm 41 years old. I can't get a carrying permit here in Philadelphia over a misdemeanor charge I had years ago in my 20s. But we got young people, young adults, teenagers, kids that get their hands on all kind of weaponry. Big weaponry and tactical goods. I don't understand where these kids are getting this shit from. We live in some very scary times, and you guys be careful out there. And black people, we need to protect our neighborhoods better. Need to be a little more unified instead of being against each other. Need to present a better image to the world so we don't have assholes like this one thinking it's okay to just kill us. We have to do better so we can keep that element out. So when an outsider like that is coming in the neighborhood, it needs to be like it was back in the day. You just don't get to come in and take over our blocks. I can't believe a black man actually called this 18-year-old man a genius because he had on a genius shirt, especially in 2022. I don't meet very genius 18, 20, 22-year-olds these days. Most, not saying there's none, but most of them, they either regurgitate what their parents think or what Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube or whoever tells them what to think. Very few free thinkers, very few geniuses, very few. I'll say there's very few, but on every day I don't meet geniuses, and he wasn't a genius. He was a coward is what he was. And he'll get his day in court and all that good stuff. I hope they charge this as a hate crime. But he's no genius. And on that note, guys, I'm going to go enjoy this very muggy day. Go get me an ice cream cone and chill out. Y'all have a very good Sunday. And thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm out of here.